So today we're going to try making a sausage that's been inspired by a recipe on Meat Eater. We're going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to see how things play out today in the kitchen. So step one, we're going to take the venison, this is mule deer here, and we're going to cube it up and get it ready to be ground up. So here we are, just cubing up the meat, and about 1-inch cubes in that, just so it's a little bit easier to get through the grinder. Alright, now we have all of our meat cut up. We are going to dice up the bacon and put it into the meat and mix it all up together. So here we are, just cutting the bacon crossways into little strips, just so that everything goes easier through the grinder when we're at that stage. Alright, here we are, all the bacon diced up, going into the mule deer. And now I'm just going to mix it all up. And then we're going to put it into the freezer to keep it chilled in that before we grind it. With all of the meat cut up now, we are on to the apples we're going to put in there. We're going to peel and dice all of these. All right, we have all of our apples peeled and diced and ready to go. And now we are going to move on to the onions. We are going to cheat and use some previously diced and frozen onions. We're going to start caramelizing them in the pan here shortly. Right, onions are in the pan, turned on, and away we go. Alright, the onions have all softened up and caramelized a bit, so now we're going to add in the apples and continue to cook until they are soft. And once they are done, we will take them back out and spread them around and chill them for a while. Okay, now we have our deer and bacon all chilled and ready. And then our apples and onions all chilled and ready. We're going to start mixing these two together and then start mixing in the spices as well. Right, here we go. We have the deer, bacon, onions, and apples all mixed in. And pretty quick here, we're going to start mixing in the spices. Here are our spices. We've pre-mixed them already. This one here is thyme, cinnamon, and nutmeg. This is just brown sugar, and this is salt and pepper, and it's all mixed up, all ready to go, and we're going to slowly start adding all these into the mix. We have a thin layer of all of our spices on the top. We'll do a mix through, and then once it's mixed up pretty good again, we will do another layer of spices and continue on until everything's mixed in and ready to go. All the spices are now in. Just going to do our final stirs and mix it all up really, really good before we put it through the grinder. We're going to put it through the grinder twice, once on the largest plate and then once on the medium-sized plate, just to make sure everything gets mixed up really good and ground up nice and good. Okay, we've got the mix there ready to go. We've got the hopper loaded, the grinder ready to go. We're going to go do our first grind now, and hopefully everything goes the way we want it to. Okay, the first ground is through and done, and everything looks really nice and mixed up. We're about to put it through again. And this time here, through a smaller plate, and then we will be able to have some sausages for dinner.